Welcome back to another video on the channel, and in the video today, I am doing something a little bit different. This is part 1 to a multiple part series I'm going to do on this channel where I reach out to my local dirt track drivers and see if I can get a response. This video is going to be on the 410 sprint car class. But before we get into it, if you could hit the subscribe button, it would really help me out a lot. And I now have YouTube memberships, starting I believe at just 99 cents a month. So if you enjoy the content and want to support me, you can go ahead and get a membership. And let's get right into the video. Now, the first driver that I reached out to was the 51 of Mark Yearling. This is the message that I pretty much sent everybody. I run the Dirt Track Chronicles YouTube channel, and I'm making a video on the sprint car class at Butler. And I was wondering if you could share some info about yourself and your time racing at Butler. Thanks. And he would go on to respond, "This is our third year in a 410 sprint car. We finished third in points last year. We're going to have 2 cars, a primary and a backup, along with 2 motors. We plan on running a lot of high limit and IRA, along with the entire Butler Season Championship. In the last few seasons of me racing there, I've seen many improvements with the track staff, how the show was run properly, and the track maintenance was just overall good, and it made an entertaining show." And he also tossed in some pictures of the new car that he's building that I will toss onto the screen. The second driver that I reached out to was the 27 of Chris Jones, one of my personal favorite drivers on this track. Obviously, I like everybody, especially the people that respond to me, because one thing I've realized making this YouTube channel, it is kind of hard to get people to respond to you. Now, he gave us a pretty short and sweet answer. "I raced there on and off from 2009 to 2014. My best finish was third in points back in 2012. Got back into the car in 2024, got third in points again, and the plan is to run Butler again with the 27 car for 2025. And like I said, very short but simple answer. We have 2 drivers now coming back for the 2025 season. The third driver that I reached out to is the number 3 of Kyle Locke. My message to him was, "Hey, I run the Dirt Track Chronicles YouTube channel, and I'm making a video on local sprint car drivers, and I was wondering if you could share some info about how you got into racing and stuff like that." He went on to say, "I started racing at Butler in 2012. We were still in micro 600 sprint cars and ran them there from 2012 to 2014. I ran micro sprint cars from 2008 to 2014 and ran full-size sprint cars from 2015 to 2016 at Butler and surrounding tracks with the Great Lakes Super Sprints and SOD Sprints. As well, before selling all of our equipment, just recently in 2022 started racing sprint cars again after buying more cars. We have ran there the past 3 years. We have numerous heat race wins in a sprint car back from the day dating back to when I was 16 years old. We are still chasing our first A-main victory in a full-size sprint car." He went on to say that his favorite racetrack to race at is Attica Raceway Park, which is a racetrack that I would like to go to at some point. He goes on to say, "I've driven for many teams, but currently I own and drive my equipment. Our plans for next year depend on scheduling. I would like to venture around more on Friday nights if time allows, and mainly run on Butler's Saturday nights." And I said if he wanted to throw in some sponsors, I'd read them out. So his existing sponsors is Brady Locke Motor Services, Locke Masonry, Parish Excavating, A1 Foam Installation, Hart Fabrication, City Glass, Locke Epoxy, Misprint Apparel and Designs, Z Graphics, Lock Down Liquids and Coating Supply. I hope I said all of them right. And he said that we have some new sponsors coming on board, but are waiting until spring to announce them. And I reached out to Danny Sams. He saw my message, but I assumed he might have just been too busy to respond to me. So unfortunately, we have no answer from Danny Sams. I know that he recently announced that he was going full-time on the High Limit Series, so good luck to him. On to the next driver. Next up, another driver that sent me a pretty long list is Josh Turner, who drives the number 4. He went on to say, I have a near lifelong history with Butler. I used to crew for Mark Aldridge back in the day, as my uncle Kenny Sanders was heavily involved with Mark's operations. An old girlfriend had led me to become very close friends with Chad Blond, and so over the last few years, he ran the family car. I spent a little time on the road with him. Honestly, learned lifetimes worth of information from that man, and I am eternally grateful for it. I started racing on my own, with 2011 being my rookie season, receiving Rookie of the Year honors, and I was hooked. Butler is unique in many ways. It's deceivingly faster than what most people think it is, even from what people see in the grandstands. The large angle of the banking provides a variable which allows for pretty aggressive driving, but can create some sketchy situations. I've personally had a love-hate relationship with that place. It's convenient given it's 35 minutes from home. I do love the speed factor. It's intense. Honestly, the past few years have been really great with the Wilbur family taking over. There's a genuine connection with fans, drivers, and everyone that's been lacking since I started racing there, and for that, I am grateful. And to round out the video, we have Ty Williams driving the 16B, except he didn't give me a typed out response. He sent me a video, and I'm gonna play that right now.
Hi, my name's Ty Williams. I drive the 16B. My car owner is Terry Bushy. What really got me into racing was my father and my grandfather. They always raced their whole lives, and it transitioned into me. And I look up to my father a lot. I raced for him my whole life. I started in 2011 in a micro, 600 cc's, and then he bought me my first sprint car, I think in like 2017 or 18, and I was the 27W. And what really got me into Terry's car was one day I was at Butler. I got in a wreck in 2020, the opening night at Butler. Took me out of the car for about 4 years. Met Terry just recently in 2024, and just asked him and said, hey, can I hop in the sprint car and try to give it a go again? And he said, yeah, so we're going to go full-time at Butler this year with the 410, and if stuff don't intervene with Butler, we're going to travel and do 360 and some 410 shows that aren't at Butler. I enjoy racing because I enjoy the thrill of it and like the adrenaline I get, and I just love going fast. I speed on the road, so I might as well hit the track and do it there. And I just enjoy the atmosphere, everybody that supports me, and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, I'll see you guys at Butler this year, and hope to see you guys.
And with that, I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already before. And I will see you guys all in my next video.